Let me ask you something tonight. Have you ever had a dream so big it scared you, so clear you could taste it, but so far away it felt impossible? I want you to hold that dream in your mind right now. Don't hide from it. Don't laugh it off. Don't shrink it down to fit the world's expectations. Bring it to the front of your thoughts. Really see it. Because here's the truth. Dreams don't come to you for no reason. They choose you, and they demand something in return. You see, people love to talk about dreaming. They love the poetry of it, the romance. Chase your dreams, they say. Sounds good on a poster. But most people forget the second part, the part no one wants to tell you. You can't just dream it. You have to serve it. And serving your dream isn't glamorous. It isn't easy. It doesn't care if you're tired or scared or ready to quit. Tonight, I want to talk about that. About the cost, about the sacrifice, about the promise you have to make to yourself when the lights are off and no one's watching. I want you to lean in because if you get this, really get this, it will change how you see every goal you have for the rest of your life. You came here with something burning inside you. Don't deny it. Don't bury it. Don't tell yourself you're too old or too young or too late or too early. This isn't a talk for people who want easy answers. This is for people who are willing to pay the price. So let's make a deal tonight. For the next little while, let's be honest, brutally honest, with each other and with ourselves. Let's talk about what it really takes, because you can dream it all you want. But if you're not ready to serve it, it will die in your mind before it ever lives in the world. You say you have a dream. Good. That's the first step. But tell me, can you describe it? Can you see it in color? Can you feel the weight of it in your chest? Or is it just a foggy idea you throw around when you're feeling inspired? Because here's the problem. Vague dreams produce vague results. You can't hit a target you can't see. Most people will tell you they want success. What does that even mean? The success in what? When? How? For whom? If you can't define it, you can't pursue it. If you can't see it, you can't build it. A dream has to be specific, concrete. It has to wake you up at night. It has to scare you enough to make you question if you're even worthy of it. And then it has to inspire you enough to answer, yes, I am. When you define your dream, you give it shape. You give it boundaries. You start setting the rules for your own game. It's no longer something you just hope will happen. It's something you intend to make real. But people are afraid of that. Because the moment you define your dream clearly, you're responsible for it. You can't hide behind excuses. You can't say, well, I didn't really want it that bad. No, you wrote it down. You said it out loud. Now you're on the hook. And that's where most people stop. They want the comfort of dreaming without the responsibility of defining. But let's get real. Imagine an architect saying, I want to build a building, any building. I don't really know what it'll look like. Just something nice. How much progress do you think they'll make? Your dream is your blueprint. Define it so precisely that if someone woke you up at 3 a.m. and asked you, you could describe it in detail. How much money do you want to make? What career do you want? What impact do you want to have on people? What kind of relationships? What city do you want to live in? What do your days look like? What does freedom mean to you? Don't you dare make it small to fit someone else's comfort zone. Don't you dare make it modest so people won't think you're arrogant. The dream doesn't care what they think. It's yours. And don't pretend you don't know what it is, because deep down you do. You've known it since you were a kid, before the world taught you to be practical, before they told you to stop daydreaming, before they shamed you for wanting too much. Go back to that. Remember how clear it was. That's the clarity you need now, because once you define the dream, everything else starts falling into place. Your priorities change. The things you used to waste time on, they don't seem so interesting. The people who discourage you, their voices get quieter. Your fear of failure, it becomes smaller than your fear of dying without trying. But it starts with the definition, and don't expect it to be easy. It's going to demand honesty. You're going to have to admit what you really want, not what sounds good, not what's safe. And yes, it might make you uncomfortable, because once you say it out loud, you know there's work to do. You know there are sacrifices to make. You know there are risks to take. But that's the point. If it doesn't scare you at least a little, it's not big enough. If you can achieve it without changing, without growing, without serving it, It's not a dream. It's a to-do list item. So tonight, I want you to make a choice. Stop being vague. Stop being cute about your goals. Be specific. Be detailed. Be bold enough to say, this is what I want. This is what I'm willing to go after. This is what I will give my life to. Because the moment you define your dream clearly, you give it permission to exist. And that's where everything begins. It's easy to talk about dreams. It's easy to get fired up, to make vision boards, to write it all down in a notebook you'll never open again. It's easy to stand in front of the mirror and say affirmations until you're hoarse. But none of that matters if you're not willing to serve the dream. You see, serving the dream means doing the work when it's not fun, when no one's watching, when there's no applause and no validation. It means showing up after you've failed once, twice, 100 times. It means you keep going long after the excitement has faded. People want the glory. They want the moment on stage. They want the car, the house, the praise. But they don't want the sweat. They don't want the sacrifice. They don't want the nights where you're alone with your doubts, your fears, your failures, questioning if you even have what it takes. But that's the difference. That's where dreams die for most people, because they're not willing to serve it. Serving the dream means you put it before your comfort. It means you stop negotiating with yourself about whether you're in the mood. Your mood doesn't matter. Your dream doesn't care how you feel today. It only cares if you show up. Serving the dream means discipline. Waking up earlier, staying up later, saying no to things that waste your time, cutting off distractions, losing friends who don't share your vision. It means studying when others are partying, practicing when others are sleeping, investing in yourself when it seems risky. And it's not sexy. You won't get a round of applause for it. People won't understand why you're doing it. They'll call you obsessed. They'll call you crazy. They'll say you've changed. Good. You should change, because you can't serve a dream and stay the same person. It will demand more of you than you thought you had. It will break you in places you didn't know could break. It will test your patience, your resilience, your faith in yourself. It will make you question why you even started. And that's the price. That's the cost of admission. Because you don't get to have the dream if you're not willing to pay for it. Everyone says they want it until it's time to work. But the work is where the transformation happens. It's where you become the person worthy of the dream. People love to talk about manifesting, visualizing, dreaming. But manifestation without work is just wishing. Dreaming without serving is just fantasy. You want to build a business? You'll have to sacrifice your time, your money, your ego. You'll have to learn skills you don't have. Hire people smarter than you. Fire people you like but who can't deliver. You want to be an athlete? You'll have to wake up early. Train till you puke. Ignore injuries that would make others quit. Compete with people who want it just as bad as you or more. You want to be an artist? You'll have to create when you're uninspired. Push through rejection after rejection. Accept that the world may not understand your vision. Whatever your dream is, it demands work. It demands service. Because when you serve something, you put it above yourself. You treat it with respect. You do what needs to be done even when you don't want to. And the funny thing, the more you serve it, the more it serves you. The discipline you build spills into every area of your life. The confidence you earn can't be faked. The lessons you learn through struggle become your armor. You stop looking for shortcuts because you understand they don't exist. You stop blaming others because you know no one else can do this for you. So ask yourself tonight, are you ready to serve your dream? Not just talk about it, not just fantasize, not just hope. Serve it with everything you have, because it will take everything you have. And if you're not willing to give that, be honest enough to let it go, because dreams aren't owed to you. They're rented, and the rent is due every single day. Fear is the gatekeeper to your dream. It stands between you and everything you say you want, and it will ask you every single day, how bad do you really want this? Because make no mistake about it, if you are chasing anything worth having, fear will find you. It will show up in your thoughts, in your body, in your excuses. It will show up in the well-meaning advice of friends and family telling you to be realistic. It will show up when you lie awake at night wondering if you're good enough. And here's the truth most people don't want to admit. Fear doesn't go away. You don't conquer fear once and for all and live happily ever after. You learn to move anyway. That's what separates those who make it from those who don't. People think courage means not being afraid. It doesn't. Courage is being terrified and doing it anyway. So you need to make friends with fear. Invite it along for the ride. But don't let it drive. Don't let it choose your path. Most people will do anything to avoid fear. They will stay in jobs they hate, relationships that drain them, cities that don't inspire them, simply because it's familiar. They'll say, at least I know what to expect. You know what to expect? Mediocrity, regret, the pain of knowing you never even tried. You can live with the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. That's your choice. And let's talk about failure, because fear and failure are twins. You will fail. Period. If your dream is big enough, you will fall on your face. More than once. You will embarrass yourself. You will make mistakes. You will lose money. You will lose time. You will lose people who don't understand why you keep going. That's the tuition you pay for greatness. No one gets out of it. We love to celebrate the winners, the champions, the overnight success, but there are no overnight successes. There are only people who kept getting up one more time than they fell. You want to write a book? Your first draft will be terrible. You want to start a business? Your first idea might flop. You want to master your craft? You will suck at it before you're good at it. That's the rule. You can't skip the line. And I know failure hurts. It hits your pride. It makes you question if you're even meant for this. But you know what's worse than failing? Never knowing. Living your whole life asking, what if I had tried? Failure is feedback. It's the universe's way of refining you, teaching you, humbling you. It's not there to stop you. It's there to shape you. Every time you fail, you get better if you let yourself learn. Every time you fall short, you discover what doesn't work. That is the price of mastery. Look at anyone you admire, an athlete, an artist, an entrepreneur. They all failed publicly, painfully, and they didn't stop. That's the difference. The ones who succeed aren't necessarily smarter or more talented. They're just willing to fail more. So I want you to ask yourself tonight, what would you do if you weren't afraid? What dream would you chase if you knew failure wasn't fatal? Because it isn't. Failure isn't the end, it's the path. Fear isn't the enemy. It's the signal you're on the right track. If you're not afraid, your dream isn't big enough. If you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. So stop avoiding the pain. Welcome it. Learn from it. Let it toughen you. Because in the end, the only real failure is giving up. And the only thing to truly be afraid of is settling for less than you know you're capable of. So let fear come. Let failure come. But don't you dare let them stop you, because your dream is on the other side of both. It's easy to get excited about your dream when you first see the vision. When the idea is new, the possibilities are endless, and you can practically feel the future in your hands. That early fire can burn so bright you think nothing will ever put it out. But time has a way of testing that fire. As you start to make progress, as you see some success, a dangerous thing can happen. You can start believing your own hype. You can get comfortable. You can forget what it felt like to be starving for the dream in the first place. That's why you have to stay humble and stay hungry. Because the moment you think you've arrived is the moment you start losing ground. Humility isn't about thinking less of yourself. It's about knowing exactly where you stand, knowing that there is always more to learn, always someone better, always another level to reach. It means never forgetting why you started in the first place. The world will try to crown you for even the smallest achievements. People will tell you you're special. They'll congratulate you on things that don't even scratch the surface of what you know you're capable of. If you're not careful, you'll start believing that praise. You'll ease up. You'll stop pushing yourself. You'll settle. And that's when you lose the edge that got you this far. The dream isn't a one-time achievement. It's a commitment. It's something you have to keep serving every single day. The staying humble means understanding you didn't get here alone. The people who supported you, the mentors who guided you, the competitors who forced you to sharpen your skills, even the failures that taught you lessons no one else could. You owe them. You owe the version of yourself who refused to give up when things were hard. Humility keeps you grateful, and gratitude is fuel. When you're grateful, you don't take your opportunities for granted. You don't waste your time. You don't act entitled to anything. You work for it. You respect the process. But humility alone isn't enough. You have to stay hungry. You have to want it like you're still at the bottom, like you have everything to prove, like you'll die with regret if you don't give it your all. Because the moment you lose that hunger, you lose the willingness to do what it takes. You'll start cutting corners. You'll start thinking you're above the basics. You'll stop training as hard. You'll stop listening. That's when someone who's hungrier than you takes your place. It happens every day. The world is full of talented people who fell in love with the idea of success, but couldn't stay hungry enough to keep earning it. So you have to protect that hunger. Feed it with challenge. Feed it with goals that scare you. Feed it by surrounding yourself with people who push you to be better. Feed it by remembering that the work is never done. There's always another level of mastery. There's always another person you can help, another problem you can solve, another dream you can bring to life. If you want to serve your dream, you have to stay humble enough to know you're never finished growing, and hungry enough to keep chasing it like you just started. You have to look in the mirror and say, good job, but not good enough. We're not done yet. You have to stay uncomfortable, because comfort is the enemy of greatness. It lulls you to sleep. It tells you you've done enough, but you know better. You know that the dream deserves more. So stay humble. Remember where you came from. Remember who helped you get here. Remember what it cost you, and stay hungry. Because as long as you keep that fire alive, there's nothing you can't do. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to your dream. Never get so proud you stop learning. Never get so full you stop craving more. That's how you serve it. Every single day. One day, this all ends. The lights go out. The applause fades. The achievements gather dust. And all that's left is what you gave. Not what you earned, not what you owned, but what you left behind. That's legacy. It's not about your name in lights. It's not about trophies or titles. Legacy is what lives in others because of what you lived for. It's the way you made people feel. It's the courage you passed on. The inspiration someone took from your journey to start their own. Your dream is not just about you. It never was. Yes, it starts with you. Yes, it demands your effort, your pain, your persistence. But once you start moving, once you start climbing, you realize that your path is carving something bigger. You're not just building a life, you're building a trail, and someone is going to walk it after you. The way you show up matters. The way you carry yourself when no one's watching, that matters. Because someone somewhere is watching, a stranger, a child, a friend, a future version of you. You can chase every dream in the world, but if you don't use it to lift others, to shine light, to spark change, what was it for? We live in a world obsessed with take more money, take more time, take more credit. But life, real life, is about giving. Giving your energy, your talent, your wisdom, your presence. You weren't given your gifts to hoard them. You were given them to serve. And the real measure of success is not what you collect. It's what you contribute. That doesn't mean you have to be famous. It doesn't mean you need 1 million followers or a big stage. Legacy happens in the small things, the consistent things, the moments you think no one noticed, but they did. It's how you treated people on your way up. It's whether you reached back to pull someone else forward. It's whether your story gives someone else permission to believe in their own. That's why serving your dream is so important, because when you do it right, it stops being about personal gain and starts becoming about impact. And that's when it gets powerful. When your work, your presence, your passion begins to echo through other people's lives. And the beautiful part, you don't even have to see it. Legacy is about planting seeds in a garden you may never get to walk in. It's about building something today that matters tomorrow. But you can't do that if you're only thinking about yourself. You have to think generationally. Think about the people who are coming after you, people you'll never meet. Will they benefit from what you built? Will they be inspired by how you lived? Will they feel stronger because of your example? Or will you just be another person who chased comfort and played it safe? That choice is yours. And make no mistake, it is a choice. Every time you show up with integrity, every time you give your best, even when no one claps, you're adding to your legacy. Every time you refuse to quit, when quitting would be easier, you're writing something powerful into your story. Every time you help someone else rise, you elevate your dream beyond yourself. Because legacy is about elevation. It's about rising and then raising others with you. So ask yourself tonight, not what do I want to take from the world, but what do I want to leave in it? Do I want to leave love, strength, boldness, beauty, truth? Do I want to leave behind proof that someone can start from the bottom and rise with character, with purpose, with passion? Because if you live like that, your dream will never really die. It will live on in every person who saw you and thought, if they can do it, maybe I can too. That is legacy. That is the final gift your dream gives to the world. Not just success, not just a story, but a spark that lights the next fire. Listen to me carefully. At the end of the day, it's simple, even if it's not easy. You get one life, one shot, one brief moment on this earth to do something that matters, to turn the dream that keeps you awake at night into a reality that outlives you. You can waste it talking, planning, waiting for permission, or you can choose to move, to act, to serve that dream like it's your duty, because it is your duty. If you've been given a vision, you have a responsibility to chase it, to work for it, to bleed for it, if that's what it takes, to face fear and failure with your head held high, because the alternative is unacceptable. The alternative is regret. Don't you dare let comfort steal your destiny. Don't let fear make your choices. Don't let failure be the final word. And don't do it just for yourself. Do it for every person who needs to see that it's possible. For every soul who will one day stand where you're standing now, scared, uncertain, ready to quit, and remember you didn't. Live so that when they speak your name, they don't just remember what you did, but who you lifted, what you gave, the path you left behind. Dream it, serve it, that's the call. Not someday, not when it's easy, not when it's guaranteed, but now, because the world doesn't need more dreamers who never move. It needs builders, fighters, servants of something bigger than themselves. So go, show us what's possible. And when they ask how you did it, tell them the truth. You dreamed it, you served it, and you never stopped.